Hey everybody, Chris from Nightmare Collecting. If you are in for a surprise, this is my largest horror haul of the year. So we're gonna get right into it after this. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nightmare Collective. I'm Chris and it's time for the final horror haul of 2022, a Vinegar Syndrome Christmas. This is the most titles I've had in one of these things, so we're gonna get right into it. All right, first up, I got Earth Girls Are Easy from Vestron. This is number 27. The inside is the same as the outside. They're doing a great job with these Vestron lines. I'm really looking forward to the Dentist 1 and 2 in January. All right, let's get into the next thing, which is horror related. This is gonna be a mix. I just threw everything together. So there's gonna be Steelbooks and, you know, big collections and box sets, all kinds of stuff just thrown in here. So we got the Silent Night, Deadly Night collection from Vestron. This is 3, 4, and 5. I did watch these over the holiday break, and I love all of them. They're dumb, but they're fun. All right, let's get to the next thing, which is going to be Smile. So another thing, like I always do, if I did do reviews for these, I'll link them up below so you can check that out and see what I thought about the film. This is a very good transfer. It was shot in 4K, so it does look crispy. It's crispy. It's like bacon, crispy bacon out the oven. But I did really enjoy Smile, and you can also check out my best and worst horror movies of the year, so you can kind of see where this placed at the end of the year. All right, on to the next thing. Got a couple Steelbooks up here. I got Paranorman. This thing is super cool, and I really like this and Coraline, which I'll show off in a second. I haven't watched this yet, but if it's any indication how Coraline was, I'm super excited to check out this one. All right, another one which is an older movie, and it's not from this year, but I finally picked up the Steelbook. It had been like $35 at Best Buy for the longest time, and the Best Buy by my mom's house has had this Steelbook for so long, and I'm like, one day it's gonna go on sale, or they're not gonna have it, and that's gonna be the determining factor in me buying this movie, and that is old. So I think this Steelbook is super nifty. Got a bunch of old people and a time thing, a lot of metaphors going on this case, and I really just like this Steelbook. I've actually never seen this movie, so maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I've heard very divisive things about it, but you know, I was like, you know, I'm gonna wait until I can pick it up and watch it in 4K and then make my decision. All right, next thing, got two big boys. We got Halloween Ends. This is the exclusive Walmart cover, you know, your thing with booklet, Michael vs. Laurie, the very generic like poster cover. I did a 4K review on this, so if you want to check that out, I go more in depth about the picture. And then I have the Best Buy Steelbook. And I think this thing is beautiful. I also ordered the Zavi exclusive one, the blue one. I'll put a picture of it up here so you can kind of see it. I'm gonna own 3 copies of a movie that I kind of think is okay, but anyway, let's move on to the next thing. I have an full unboxing for this, you know, next thing, so check that out, and that is Ghost Watch. This is from 101 Films. I also got the last broadcast from them earlier this year, which I think is also super cool, kind of very Blair Witchy. This is a mockumentary, and I think you'll enjoy it. All right, the next thing, I finally picked up Friday the 13th on 4K. And this looks beautiful. I heard some mixed things about it being dark, but then it kind of went away and I didn't see it. So I don't know if this is like a reprint or if it's the same movie, they just had a stock and got it in stock or what. It didn't seem dark to me at all. So I don't know. I had heard that around the interwebs, but for me it was fine. So I don't know. All right, we're here at Coraline. Again, these movies look incredible in 4K, and I really like these Steelbooks. Awesome job with Steelbooks this year. Between Lionsgate and these, you know, we got a lot of good Steelbooks this year. All right, the next thing, let's get into the big boy. I finally got the Evil Dead Groovy Collection. Got the cabin on the back, you know. All right, let's bust this thing out if you haven't seen this before. All right, so this is the first 2 movies and then all 3 seasons of the show. So big old booklet. You got the first 2 movies on 4K, you got them on Blu-ray, and then you got all 3 seasons of the show. So this thing is super rad, and I really liked it. I finally picked it up. It finally dropped in price again, and so now I have them all. We got that, and then we also have, you know, the Army of Darkness Steelbook. So I kind of got all of them this year, which is super cool. So I'm excited to kind of own all of those movies. All right, let's continue on. You know, what are we going to do next? All right, let's do some non-horror stuff for a minute. Sorry, I'm like coming in and out of frame. You know, you're like, what happened? I got Highlander. Again, Lionsgate killing it this year. This is another thing that's super rad. Oh, beautiful Steelbook. Beautiful Steelbook. Great movie. All around great. I got 310 to Yuma. Great movie. Great packaging. Like, it's got this like painterly look going on with the Steelbook. Really like this thing a lot. All right, let's move it along. I got this for my wife for her birthday, and that was the Mean Girls Burn Book Steelbook. But anyway, it's a Steelbook, so I'll show it off, you know? Then we got the Pulp Fiction one. Not as cool as the Reservoir Dogs one, but definitely up there. Quality-wise, it is great. It's a good-looking 4K. Now, one for I said that I wasn't going to pick up, then I did pick up. It was on sale, so I didn't get the 4K. I did get the Blu-ray just because I wanted an updated version of this movie, because the Blu-ray before sucks, so this is definitely an upgrade from that, but still not great. But that's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on Blu-ray. All right, so then we've got, you know, I guess the big boy ones. All right, I'll save the Vinegar Syndrome stuff for last, since it is the title of this video. I did get the Scream Factory Fly collection. So we've got The Fly 2, The Curse of the Fly, The Return of the Fly, and The Fly with Vincent Price, one of my favorite movies of all time. Great movie. This is cool. I'm still missing the Omen one, and so I want to pick that up, and then I'm getting closer to owning all these like little box sets from Scream Factory. All right, then I picked up Black Christmas, which I did do a review on. I like this movie. Okay, it's not one of my favorite like horror movies, but it is always crazy to me that Bob Clark directed this and A Christmas Story, you know, both ends of the spectrum. All right, then we got Carrie on 4K, and this Steelbook is super cool. I like it. Some people said it was dull. I don't think it's that dull. I really liked what we were doing with it. All right, then again, like I said, multiple copies of some of these movies this year. So I picked up Terrifier 2. This is the Steelbook, the Walmart exclusive. It's a pretty rad Steelbook. Then we've got the Best Buy exclusive 4K. And that just has the artwork. And then next week I am getting the one from the Cinedyne line, which we had the Story of It. That's number 1, and Terrifier 2 is number 2. So I'm getting that. That's got a bunch of exclusive, like Amazon. Well, it's exclusive to Amazon, but it's got a bunch of exclusives that aren't on these 2 releases. So I'm going to do a video where I kind of compare all of these and kind of determine which one you should actually buy. If this 4K is actually worth it, it's really not. All right, let's get into the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. All right, so well, I got one Arrow thing, and that is An American Werewolf in London. This is my favorite werewolf movie of all time, you know, except for Teen Wolf 2. I'm just kidding. This is great. This is great. It's up there with The Howling for me, but this is a great package. All right, now for the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. I got Miami Connection, finally. I love this movie. It's a great bad movie, you know. Slip. Inner Sleeve. All right, backup slip. Vinegar Syndrome is killing it this year. Then I got Invisible Maniac. This is a weird fucking movie. I watched it. My wife came in and she was like, "What are you watching?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's about a man who goes invisible and spies on high school girls. I don't know." That's the inside. This is the alternate artwork, which most of Vinegar Syndrome does have. But it's a weird movie, but whatever. Anyway, then we get into the next one, which is Flesh Eater. I have not watched this actually, so looking forward to this. I just really love Vinegar Syndrome's art, man. It's so good. Like it's all has this like painterly stylized look that I really enjoy. And then the last thing is Paul Moressi's Frankenstein. So this does have 2 versions of this movie in it. It's got Flesh for Frankenstein on 4K. Great. And then it has the original one, which is just like the 3D version of this. So if you have a 3D TV, it will work with that in your Blu-ray player, but then it also has like your standard, like old school 3D glasses, and you can watch it that way. So that is it. That is all the things I picked up in December. Super great year for 4K and horror 4Ks and all of that jazz. I mean, I'll probably say if I had to pick a couple things that were my favorite this year, the Vinegar Syndrome release of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is great. Roadhouse was great. What else? So many things. The Return of the Living Dead. Oh man, just Scream 2, you know. that Steelbook. So many great things this year, and I'm hoping we get a lot more. We've got The Dentist 1 and 2 starting out the year. February is going to be, oh, I'm so excited for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming out in 4K. So a lot to look forward to. I hope you guys had a great new year. And let's hope that we get just as many great 4Ks in 2023 that we did in 2022. All right, so I'm gonna link a horror haul, my last horror haul, and then you know what, if you guys came here, I'm gonna link some of my horror reviews I did for 2022. It's the end of 2022, so check out all the reviews I did, you know, across this year of all the movies I watched and reviewed. All right, so that's all I've got to say today. If you like what we do here, consider becoming part of the collective, you know? We are a collective of 4K collectors and horror enthusiasts. So come join us. And don't forget, some doors should never be open.